Jai Hind everyone. Today I am going to deliver my lecture or my video tutorial on midpoint circle algorithm in the subject computer graphics and animation, and according to the AKTU University Lucknow. It is taught in the MCA subject. It is a MC. It comes in the MCA curriculum, and in its subject code is the BMC 052. So let's start with my presentation. In when we are studying the graphics, we normally discuss the line, point, circles, ellipse. So we should know how this circle is shown or how circle is drawn on the this picture, right? Because we know that all the screen is covered with the pixels, that is small tiny parts. Now when we combine these tiny parts, we can draw the straight line or a circle. So in that scenario only, or in that case only, we are discussing the midpoint circle algorithm. And for the exam purpose, it is a very important, but it is also important when we are studying this subject, computer graphics, right? So we know that what do you mean by the circle. When we are studying about the midpoint, we know that what do you mean by the circle. Circle is nothing. It is a set of all points that lie on in an equal distance. See that center point is this, and all the point it is lying in such a way that when we calculate the distance from this point to the outer boundary, the distance is same. So we can say that a circle is a set of all the points that lie at the equal distance from a fixed point called the circle. Now, by this figure, we can clearly see that this circle is a 8-way symmetry. It means that octet. For example, take a paper and cut a circle from that paper and then fold into the 8 parts. That is first fold, second fold, and the third fold. In the third fold, you will find out. In the fourth fold, you will find out that all that paper, the circle is divided into the 8 parts. This you are seeing. If you are seeing this lines, this is a 8 parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So these circle is divided into the 8 parts. That is why we are saying that it is a 8-way symmetry, or we are saying that it is an octet. Now, when we are studying the midpoint circle algorithm, we should know that the equation of the circle. We know when I am discussing the midpoint, you should know the prerequisite of this algorithm is that you should know the definition of the circle and you should know what is the equation of the circle. So I am assuming that you all know the equation of the circle. So the equation of the circle with the center of the origin O is always x square plus y square is equals to r square, where r is your radius, right? And center is always 0, 0. Center, because it is a midpoint, midpoint is always a 0, right? From in every form, from the x-axis also and from the y-axis also, the center is 0 and r is equals to radius of the circles. That's why I'm saying the equation of the circle is x square plus y square is equals to r square. Now, coming on the second this topic, when we are discussing about the brute force method. Brute force method says that if any value is chosen, if any value of x is chosen from 0 to r, right? Then the corresponding value of y is calculated. So from the it means that it is dependent on the x and y are both are the dependent variable. So from this equation it is very clear that when x square plus y square is equals to r square, and when we want to find out the y value, the value of the y, then the value of the x is chosen, right? We are taking the x value. That's why y is equals to under square root r square minus x square. So the advantages, what disadvantages of the brute force are coming? The disadvantages of the brute force is there that we need the square root calculation. Okay, and when we are using the square root calculation, sometime it gives the floating point arithmetic values, and when the values is coming in the floating point, we are unable to find out the midpoint of the circle, or you can say we are unable to find out the actual part of the picture. And we already know what do you mean by the random and the raster. So for the raster display, it is slower and the inefficient. So that are the disadvantages of the brute force method. Right. Now, because of this brute force method, the midpoint circle algorithm is preferred. Why? Because we will find out, here we are facing the problem of the floating point arithmetic, and here we are using the square root calculation, right? But in the midpoint circle, when we are going on the derivation of the midpoint circle algorithm, we will find out that we are using always the integer arithmetic. We are avoiding the square root calculation, and it will be helpful in using the 8-way symmetry, and it is a very fast and the efficient. In 8-way symmetry, we will find out that when we are finding out the 2 parts of the circle or 3 part of the circle out of the 8, automatically we are finding out the remaining part also, and that we are going to see within an example, right? Now, here it is a circle equation. Now, coming on the circle equation is basic, right? So, I'm assuming that you all know the equation of the circle, because you already have studied that part in the maths, and when you have studying maths in the 12th standard. 11th, 12th, you are studying the coordinate geometry, and there you are studying about the circle, ellipse, and the parabola, and there you are studying the equation of the circle. So, the equation of the circle is x square plus y square is equals to r square, which can be written as function of xy, x square plus y square minus r square, right? This equation can be written as the same way. Now, we have some interpretation of the decision function for the midpoint circle algorithm. The first is that what you have to understand, according to this, it is assumed that when function of x comma y is equals to 0, we say that the point is lying on the circle. It is on the circle, right? That you have to keep in your mind, that when we are saying that if function of x comma y is equals to 0, when this condition satisfies, it means that points lie on the circle. Now, if x comma y is less than 0, it means that point is lying inside the circle. Then according to this figure, that point is lying inside the figure, right? But if it is greater than 0, okay, if it is greater than 0, it means that the point is lying outside the 0. So these 3 important interpretation you have to keep in your mind, that if function of x comma y is equals to 0, it means that point is lying on the circle. If it is less than 0, then it is inside the circle. If it is greater than 0, then it is outside the circle, right? So here you will see that we are assuming that we have a current point, that is your xk and yk, right? Then if we are increasing in the x-axis, right? This is a x-axis. When we are moving forward in the x-axis, then the xk will be xk plus 1. There will be 1 increment, right? And comma yk. Now, there will be no change in the y value. Why? Because we are moving towards the x direction. Now, come on the point that when we are going downward, that is your y-axis. Here we always take the y-axis. Now, y-axis, what you are going to do? Since the point is here, you will find out that xk plus 1. Why? Because the point is here and we are increasing. The point has been increased one step further. That's why we are taking xk plus 1. And since it is in the decreasing order, the y-axis is going in the downward form. It means that yk minus 1. So, there is, we are taking the two possible next possible pixel, that is east pixel. We are taking xk plus 1 comma yk, and for the south east pixel we are taking xk plus 1 comma yk minus 1. So, these, and now we have to choose the points between these two. Then we are able to find out the midpoint, right? Now, further, for the midpoint calculation, if you remember both the equation, if you remember, let me go back. Here I have taken xk plus 1 comma yk for the one east. Now here I am taking southeast pixel, I am taking xk plus 1 and comma yk minus 1. Now I have to find out the midpoint between these two. So what I am taking it, I am adding all these points and I am dividing it by the 2. So that what I am doing, the xk plus 1 plus xk plus 1, east and southeast x divided by 2, east and southeast y divided by 2. So we are finding out the midpoint between the east and the southeast is, this is your final part, right? M is equals to xk plus 1 and yk is yk minus 1 by 2. When you are solving this equation, you are finding this one. Now, again I am taking the decision parameter definition. For the decision parameter definition, the parameter at step k is defined as, remember the equation x square plus y square minus r square, right? That is I am taking for the kth position. Pk is equals to x square m. M is representing your midpoint, right? Y square m, that is representing the midpoint. Now what I am doing, here I am just substituting the value of the midpoint here and then we will transform the equation. So what I am doing here, just I have put the value xk plus 1, here I have done xk plus 1 ka whole square plus yk, here y square m, here I am putting it the yk minus 1 by 2, yk minus 1 by 2 ka whole square minus r square. Now, this is your decision parameter at the step k. Now, when I am, this is for the kth. Now, for the next step, what I am doing is, for that pk plus 1. Again, the one position, this is for the initial pk, or you can say that p naught, right? Or assume that as a p naught. Now, p naught plus 1, one more position, we will find out that it will be p1. So, that will be xk plus 1 ka whole square plus yk plus 1 minus 1 by 2 ka whole square and then minus r square. So, that will be your decision parameter at the next step. What we have find out? We have find out the p naught, we have find out the p1. Now, what I am going to do? I am just taking the, now I am just finding out the final value of the decision parameter. And how I am going to find out? Just I am subtracting the value from pk, the difference of the decision parameter I am taking. So, I am subtracting the value of pk from pk plus 1. Then I am finding the final output. So, final value will be this one when I am just putting, the first I have put the pk plus 1 ka 1 value, then minus pk I have just kept the value. And after this solving this equation, xk plus 1 ka whole square minus xk plus 1 ka whole square, and this will go plus a plus b. You have studied in the math that a plus b ka whole square is equals to a square plus b square plus 2ab. So, that what I have done in this equation while solving it, right? Now, for the case 1, in this case, now you have to consider that there are certain cases. After this, we will find out Now when pk is less than 0, it means that 0 is greater than pk, we will assume that east pixel is selected, and when I am selecting the east pixel, it means that yk plus 1 is equals to yk. If you remember that there the value is for the east pixel, the yk is there, right? We are not taking the yk minus 1, we are taking the yk. So for the east pixel, we are using for yk plus 1, we are using the yk, and this yk is simply substituted where the yk plus 1 is given. Then after the substitution, we will find out the final value of pk plus 1, that is pk plus 2xk plus 3. And this main, after the derivation for solving the equation or for solving the numericals, you all have to keep in mind this equation. The first equation you have to keep in mind what you have find out in the east pixel, then in the south east pixel, then you have taken the midpoint of that, then we have substituted the value in the decision parameter p naught, and after that I have taken pk plus 1, that is p1 value, and then I am subtracting the value, and again I am finding out the when pk, the condition is pk less than is 0, right? It means that my value is pk plus 1 is equals to pk plus 2xk plus 3. Now, the condition is now step, see there are two conditions, if you remember that we have taken pk is equals to k is equals to 0, greater than 0 or less than 0. That's what equals to 0, it means that it is lying on the boundary. Now, whether it is inside or whether it is outside, we are deciding by these terms, right? So now when pk is greater than 0, it means that the southeast pixel is selected. It means that what we southeast pixel means xk plus 1 is there, but yk will be, we are decreasing in the y direction, that's why I am taking yk minus 1. So that's why yk plus 1 is substituted by yk minus 1. Again, I am just putting yk minus 1 where all the values where we are substituting it with yk plus 1. After calculating and expanding, we will get, and in simplifying the equation, we will get pk plus 1 is equals to pk plus 2xk minus yk. So this formula you have to keep in your mind when you are discussing the numerical or doing the numerical or doing some calculation, right? So this is a direct, you have to remember, but you should know from where it is coming, right? How you are, it is coming. Now, after finding out where the values are lying, it is on the circle, inside the circle or outside the circle, we will take the initial decision parameter. And if you remember that for the initial decision parameter, pk is equals to x square m plus y square m minus r square, right? So where xm is equals to xk plus 1, if you remember for the initial, and x and ym is equals to yk minus 1. Now all these values we are substituting it, and then we will find out that p naught is equals to 5 by 4 minus r, right? We are taking 5 by 4 minus r, or we can take as 1 minus r. We can take this also 1 minus r or 5 by 4 minus r. We are taking, because if you divide 5 by 4 value, it will be coming at 1 point something, right? And we are never taking the values in the floating point. So some books you will find out p naught is equals to 5 by 4 minus r, or in some textbooks you will find out p naught is equals to 1 minus r. So that are equivalent. It is upon you from which formula you are taking in for the decision parameter, right? Now, the final result, if I say that, you have to keep in your mind that was a derivation. Now, for the final result, you have to keep in mind that if pk is less than 0, then my formula will be this one. And if pk is greater than 0, then my formula will be this one. and the initial parameter will be P naught is equals to 5 by 4 minus R, or you can take as 1 minus R, right? So, let's take an example, or this is now, you should know the algorithm also. Now, based on that, how we are using or how we are calculating the midpoint, that was a derivation, you can say. Now, I am discussing the procedure of the midpoint circle. So, for the procedure, just remember the point what I have taken. You have to take the origin 0, 0 that I have taken, and it is, we are just plotting the first octant of the circle. If you are able to find out the first octant of the circle, you will able to find out in the similar way, you will able to find out the other 7 octants. So, for that, what I am taking at, I am taking the plot the initial point xi, yi at the ith position, where initial point we are taking 0, 0. That's why I have taken xi is equals to 0 and yi is equals to r. Now, for the initial parameter, what I am taking, P naught is equals to 5 by 4 minus R or 1 minus R. It's upon you. Now, again, what I have find out, if you remember previous slide, that if Pi is less than 0, then we are choosing the east pixel. It means that east pixel means that x-axis. So, my updated equation will be this one, right? Pi plus 1 is equals to Pi plus 2xi plus 3. Now, if Pi is greater than, less than, equals to 0, then I am choosing the southeast pixel. If you remember, that is in the y direction, right? So, that will, my equation will be, if you say that, my parameter will be Pi plus 2xi minus y plus 5. This will be. Now, and we will continue, or you will say that we will plot, we will use this equation until and unless when x is greater than, less than, you can say that x is greater than, less than, equals to y. Until this condition satisfied, the process will be, the loop will be go on, and when the condition is satisfied, we will able to find out the first octant, which will be for the same as for the other 7 octant using the 8-way symmetry. So, this is all about the midpoint circle algorithm. Now, if I am taking the example here, I have taken a numerical for you all. You see that I have taken the 0, 0 and the radius is 10. So, if you remember that x naught is equals to 0 and y naught is equals to 10 in the algorithm, x naught is equals to 0 and y naught, I have taken y naught is equals to r, that is equals to, if you say, that is equals to 10. Now, for the initial parameter, if you remember that I have taken P naught is equals to 5 by 4 minus r, that's why when you are solving this, it is coming, right? Now, for the iteration 0, the current value is x naught is equals to 0, y naught is equals to 10, P naught is equals to minus 9. Right. Now, since you see that P naught is less than 0, why? Because P naught is minus 9, we are choosing the east pixel. Right. Now, when you are choosing the east pixel, you know what is the equation for the east equation. The equation is, so you are using P1 is equals to P naught plus 2x naught plus 3, and you are putting the value, substituting the value, and you are finding out the next point, that is 1, 10. In the similar way also, you will find out the iteration 1 here. Okay. Here, what I have done, iteration 1 here, you are again updating, right? Then I have find out the iteration 2, right? Here you will see that P1 is less than 0. Again, I am choosing the east pixel. Now, next point is 2 by 10. First point is 1, 10. Now is 2 by 2, 10. For the third iteration, if you are finding out, your value is, next point is your 3, 10 with the same process. Okay. Now, it means that here the condition has been changed. If you see that it is P3 greater than equals to 0. So, we are choosing the southeast pixel, right? So, these 3 are the pixels. Now, again, if you see that iteration 5, if you see in iteration 4, the value is minus 3, right? So P4 is less than 0. So we are choosing the east pixel. And now again I am showing the next point is 5, 9. Then again my next point is 6, 8. And then it is 7, 7. So by this you will find out here. Now here the x is equals to 7, y is equals to 7. So we find out that our iteration is stopped. Now for the final first octant point, that is 0, 10, we will find out these are the octants I have, these are the points I have found, that how it is drawn like this. So this is a first octant. So that is what about your midpoint circle algorithm. Hope you have understood it. So thank you all for this presentation. Thank you.